Hey friends, welcome back. My name is Danyale. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is my personal experience of the COVID vaccine Pfizer dose 2. Now, it has been a total of 72 hours after the particular doses that I received. So it is a bit different from the video that I posted previously, because the previously video was my experience 24 hours after the first doses. But if you stick around, I can explain that more and why I waited a little longer just to kind of share my experience with y'all. Okay, so first things first, I am not a healthcare provider. This is just my personal experience and my thoughts of the COVID vaccine. Once again, I did get the Pfizer. I got the dose 2. And if you haven't watched my video, it is really long, but it has a lot of good information that I'm not going to go over again because it's very redundant. But if you haven't checked out my previous video detailing my experience getting the dose number 1 of the Pfizer vaccine, I do highly encourage you to check that out. So I got my dose number 2 vaccine on Saturday, March the 27th. My appointment was approximately at 4:40, and at the facility that I went to, I think they may close at 5. So I was late, of course, in pure Danielle's fashion. I was late, but I was able to get my doses. I was able to be seen. But I do know that right after me, they were just like, yep, no one else can come in. We're not accepting any more people. So y'all know I'm real transparent. I'm very honest. I wanted to kind of show y'all the date. So right now, it is, hope y'all can see, it is Tuesday, March the 30th at 5 p.m. So it's about the same time which I had my dose number 2 of the Pfizer vaccine. So it is a completely 72 hours after my second doses. So the reason why I chose to kind of wait to see, the reason why I chose to wait to give you guys an update, because I wanted to see if I had any more symptoms. Because y'all, I didn't really have that much. So let me just backtrack, right? So I went to the same facility as I went to as my first doses. So it was set up the exact same way. When I initially came in, they asked me if I had a QR code. I told them that I did not get that. I told them I did not get that. It wasn't text to my phone, but I was there to get my second doses. So the only thing I had to show them was my little white card. And so they were able to pull up my information with that, along with my state ID. And so the National Guard that kind of checked me in, he played a song for me, and he was just like, well, in order for you to continue on and me to let you in, you have to recognize this song. So it's really cute. It's real fun. I think it was like an NSYNC song. I think it was like Bye Bye Bye. But it's real funny, real cute. So whatever. I guessed correctly. So he gave me my sticker, and he told me to follow the big stickers that they had on the floor. So once again, if y'all watched my initial video, I know it's long, but whatever. Y'all know the second check-in point is another National Guard at a desk. So he took my white card once again along with my ID just to kind of check me in. He asked me 2 questions: if I had COVID, and if I had a vaccine within the past 2 weeks. I answered both no. He proceeded to tell me to go into the gym. At that time, I was greeted by 2 National Guards who told me to go over to a station. And at this point, there was a lot of stations that were open just because, as I stated before, I came late, y'all, per usual. But they was able to get your sister in, so I'm very grateful and happy about that. So anyways, during the first station, he asked me like 2 questions. It was real short, real sweet. He asked me if I had any allergies to any medication or vaccines, and he asked me if I had any type of vaccines within the last 2 weeks. So once again, I answered those 2 questions. He printed out a form. And he handed it to me along back with my white card. And the white card that I'm referring to is the white card that everybody gets. It doesn't matter what type of vaccine that you are administered. If you get the Pfizer, Moderna, or the Johnson & Johnson, you will get this white card. On the white card, it has your first name, last name, and your date of birth. It has the brand name of the vaccine that you received, and it has the lot number of that vial of the vaccine that they gave you. Typically on the back of the card, they have your second dose appointment if you are getting the Pfizer or the Moderna, because we know, right, it's just a little point for education, for the Moderna and the Pfizer vaccinations, you do have to have 2 doses, and the doses are administered about 3 weeks apart. And so for the Johnson & Johnson, you only have to get 1 doses for that. So you just go that one time and you're good to go. So anyways, they proceeded to tell me to go to the second station, in which the RN was there waiting for me to give me my second doses of the Pfizer vaccine. She was real quick, real easy. I asked her to fill out a form for my employer. She was cool about it. She did it. And then she asked me like what arm I wanted to be vaccinated in. I told her the right. So I don't know why I'm always wearing long sleeve shirts, but I was wearing a long sleeve shirt on that day too. It's cold here, y'all. Even though it's supposed to be spring, it's still freezing. So I had on like a sweatshirt, I think. So basically the same thing I did doing my first vaccine. I just pulled down my top from the actual top, and she was able to give me my vaccine in my arm that way. And she was quick, like I barely even felt it. Like I told you guys in the first video that I actually watched them put it in. This time she did it so fast, I didn't even have time to kind of watch her. It was literally like she poked to me. I barely felt it and it was over. So she filled out my employer form that I asked her for, and she completed my white card and just told me that I had to wait for 15 minutes because since I didn't have any allergies to any vaccines or medication, my wait time was only 14 minutes, hence the 30 minutes or any time extra for anyone that does have those type of allergies. So I waited my time. Basically, y'all, I was in and out there very quickly. So from the time that I got to the door and the time that my vaccination was administered to me, it was like 12 minutes. And I lied to y'all not, because I looked at my watch and my phone. So when I sat down, I did wait a little bit over my 15 minutes because I got out there at 5:30 on the dot. So yeah, it was seamless, it was painless, and it was good. So on to the symptoms. So the reason why I chose to kind of delay updating you guys with my experience, because I wanted to see if I had any symptoms. Because the first day after I had my second doses, basically that 24 hours, I had some like soreness in my right arm, but it did not compare to how I woke up the next day from the first doses. So if y'all watched my video, y'all know that I couldn't even lift my arm after that first doses. For the second one, I can lift my arm. It was fine. I can move it. It wasn't a big deal. It's just that it was sore. It was kind of painful to the touch, but it was good. So yeah, that was the only symptom that I experienced for that particular day. About 36 hours to 48 hours, I did experience a headache, and the headache was excruciating. Like I'm talking about debilitating type of headache. But, right, since I'm so very honest, I'm so very transparent, I will say I don't know if the headache was from the vaccine specifically or not. And I say that to say I am on my menses right now. So I don't know if it was just like a PMS headache, or, you know, like a menstrual cycle headache, or if it was from the actual vaccine. But I do want to mention it, right? So I had that soreness in my arm, and then I had a headache. But now today, a full 72 hours, I no longer have any pain in my arm at all. There's no type of soreness. And here is my injection site that I got my second doses. And I no longer have a headache either. So that was my experience. I hope this video was helpful. I am going to come back and give you guys my experience within 2 weeks, because as y'all know, they being the CDC, they say that you are considered fully vaccinated 2 weeks. That's 14 days after your second doses if you get the Moderna or Pfizer vaccine. Since I got the Pfizer vaccination, I should be good in 2 weeks. Now, that doesn't mean I can go out without no mask and not social distancing. No, but that just means at that point I'm fully vaccinated. So I will come back in 2 weeks to kind of give you guys an update of how I'm feeling, how I'm doing at that particular point, so you guys can continue to go along with this journey with me. Kind of mentioned before in my first video why I decided to get the vaccination. I know it's long, but I do encourage y'all to watch it, because I did not want to get this vaccine at all, y'all. When it first came out, I was like, nope, the government ain't sick of me. Hell no. It's not going down. But so far, it's just so far, it hasn't been that bad. It hasn't been that bad at all. I don't really have any regrets yet, right? I'm gonna keep you guys updated and keep you guys on this journey with me. So I definitely encourage you to subscribe if you haven't already. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them down in the comment box below, and I will do my very best to answer any and all questions that come my way. But please do remember that I am not a healthcare provider. And yeah, so this time around, they did not ask me for my insurance card too. Just a little FYI. But yeah, so like, subscribe, comment, and I will see y'all in 2 weeks for my Pfizer COVID update. Bye.